The Mint Collective is a 3-day event billed as more than a card show at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. The promoters have thrown a lot of advertising dollars behind this thing, but outside of a networking event, I really don't think it's going to be that interesting. Not that many people are going to want to go. Outside of the people who were invited to speak on panels and the minions they run around with, nobody really cares about this thing, especially in Las Vegas during the middle of March Madness. So here are the top 4 reasons why the Mint Collective will suck. 1, the event was moved from January to March. Did anyone even notice? No, because nobody even bought any tickets and nobody cares. 2, to hear any of the people they promote on their website as speakers, well, those tickets are $699 each. Could you imagine paying $699 to hear the sports card investor tell you about his recent failed NFT project? 3rd, nobody from local Las Vegas is going to go to this, especially if it means driving to the Strip, paying for parking, paying $15 at least to get into this thing. It's going to have to attract a lot of outside people, and that's going to be a tough sell during March Madness in basketball season in Las Vegas when there's a whole bunch of other more fun things to do. 4th, the card show itself, which only costs, again, $15 to get in. While a decent size for Las Vegas, if you actually sit here and count up all the tables, there's probably barely 100 tables. There are going to be plenty of other things to do in Vegas, and a lot of these tables aren't going to have cards for sale. It's just going to be guys promoting themselves or people who are gifted tables because they're speaking or have some other thing they're trying to promote, and there's not going to be a whole lot of wheeling and dealing in terms of an actual card show. But here's a couple of the disastrous panels that they have that you have to pay $699 to even hear these things. Case study, becoming cardboard millionaires with 4 white guys you've never heard of. Cage lawyer, Eric Myers, Leighton Shelton, Jeremy Lee. Great. Do you want to take advice from any of these guys? Can any of these guys independently prove that they've made over $1 million buying and selling sports cards? Highly doubtful. Here's another good one, the bull case why sports collectibles are legitimate alternative assets. Could somebody ask Jesse Craig, PWCC's Jesse Craig, if the alternative assets that were trimmed in his Heroes of Sports product that he was co-owner of, that he sold to numerous group breakers and hobbyists, if those were legitimate alternative assets? But hey, we're going to come back later on this year and release a multi-episode Netflix-style documentary on the card trimming scandal that is coming up on the 3-year anniversary. You'll have to wait for that. There'll be a lot about Jesse Craig and PWCC and the company he co-owned, Heroes of Sport. But until then, head on over to the Mint Collective and hear him talk about legitimate alternative assets. Hopefully somebody asks him about the trim cards he put in Heroes of Sport. Nothing screams just, millennial white male more than calling yourself founder and CEO, and you both don't look a day over 15 years old. Having said all that, because I used to live across the street from this event, I might be heading down there to check out the old neighborhood and check out some of these new and old faces. I mean, look, you got idiots like Jesse Craig. You got idiots like Jeff Wilson on a panel. You got this idiot on a panel, Brian Gray. We know how stupid he is. So anyways, $15 to get into a card show, not a terrible deal. As far as paying $6.99 to get some free swag, hang out the Hakkasan with a bunch of dudes and listen to a bunch of guys that probably aren't that interesting and that you can probably hear for free somewhere else. Maybe not worth it, but anyways, Peyton Manning will be there. Jerry Rice, good luck getting within 20 feet of them. Anyways, maybe I'll see you in Vegas.